Joining us right now to share her story and never before seen pictures, Wilson Kimball. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
Now, you were over in Sri Lanka doing what?
I was distributing wheelchairs for the Wheelchair Foundation, which I work for, and I was also visiting my husband's family, who is all Sri Lankan.
So there you are. It's a picture of paradise. Blue sky, beautiful surf, and then suddenly, and we're going to look at some of these pictures of yours that have never been telecast before. Right. Suddenly, the locals were running out to look at the water because something was going on out there. Yeah, actually, all the hotel staff and a lot of the locals were out looking at the water. We noticed that the water had pulled back, and my sister-in-law and I were talking about the fact that it looked like a tsunami. It looked like the definition of a tsunami, how the water pulls back, and all of a sudden the beach was covered by crabs.
And you mentioned in the morning the talk was about the earthquake.
Yeah, at 7 o'clock when I woke up, I felt the earthquake. My sister-in-law felt it, and my husband's on, and we were all talking about it at breakfast, but we still went to the beach. We didn't think anything of it. But at some point, an astute, that's your hotel, an astute hotel employee said, "Run for your lives." Yeah, he had a whistle, and he kept pulling us back from the beach, then up from the grass, then onto the terrace, and then he just said, "Run." And everyone ran up these stairs, and...
What's this?
This is one of the fishermen who didn't make it up the stairs, clinging to a palm tree for his life, really.
And do you know whether or not he survived?
He survived, and there was a gentleman who, after the water started to recede, ran out of the hotel and started looking around, and we didn't know what he was doing. And all of a sudden, a woman came onto the terrace that we were standing at and started screaming, "Dad, Dad, I'm here." And he was looking for his daughter, and he was fine, but we did hear that one person at the hotel did die.
But you end up sitting from what level and watching this and taking these pictures?
From the second story of our hotel, and other people had run up to the third story.
Now, did it shock you to find out that people hadn't been warned?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I felt as if our hotel had been warned somehow, I don't know how, and they absolutely saved our life.
Well, that's spectacular.
Because that one person just kept on saying, "Move back farther."
Yeah, the manager of the hotel just kept bringing people up from the beach, up from the grass, up from the terrace.
And what about your experience? I know that you're very up on the political events. The United States was taking a bashing from the UN about how much aid we were giving. What was your experience there in terms of international help?
Well, I want to say that, Americans give more than dollars. They give common sense. And you said it right, Edie, that we're giving, the U.S. military is actually there making the biggest difference. I mean, the military has the technology and the logistics to get the things, the relief, to the people that need it most. And everyone can send money, which is great, and I applaud President Bush for what he's doing. But we really need the logistics. We need the Abraham Lincoln.
Right, and it took a couple of days for things to come over, because at the beginning we didn't understand how awful it was over there for you guys, because the stories were maybe 200 missing, and then it kept growing and growing. But you were right there, and then you wound up, you were there on a mission of mercy to give away wheelchairs anyway. You gave away your clothes, you gave away your money, you gave away everything you had to help the people who didn't have anything.
Absolutely. Gave away clothes. They really needed a hand sanitizer. They needed little bottles of shampoo that we had gotten at the hotel. I gave money away. I gave all my clothes. And it's just one of those things. I really want to ask everyone to give money, though, because our clothes, generally the people there wear sarongs and or saris. It's a different culture. So money is definitely the best thing to give. And once again, President Bush really had the right idea with making a call for that.
Were the people that survived, from what you saw, were the people that had a notion that this was a tsunami, that had a notion that this is unprecedented and this is really bad, or were they just in the right place?
Just in the right place. I mean, I asked my father-in-law, who is Sri Lankan and grew up there, are children taught about tsunamis like we're taught about tsunamis in school, in grade school? And he said absolutely not. It never happened there, and they were never taught about it.
Will you ever go back to a beach vacation? I'm
actually going to distribute wheelchairs in the Dominican Republic this weekend. So, yes.
All right.
And now that you've been back, how do you put it in perspective?
I just think it's an amazing experience, and I'm so grateful to be alive, and I thank God and the hotel workers, and I just want to send, real hugs to all the families.
How can we help you buy more wheelchairs?
Wheelchairfoundation.org.
All right, wheelchairfoundation.org. What a story. Wilson Kimball, we thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And good pictures. Scary pictures.